the best we can do. I'm operating on a computer that's actually too old to run the programs and stuff that I need. I mean, everything is just absolutely ridiculous here. But I think we are making some progress, hopefully. And I guess it is what it is. So we're going to keep driving on here for as long as we can. I may have to cut things short here because I'm losing some power on my device that I'm actually pulling my stories on. But we'll go as long as we possibly can today, and hopefully everything will work out. I don't know. But head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/warfighterI, and be a part of the show. Be a part of the discussion, and see exactly what we've got going on here today. We started talking about this concept that the head of the European Union wants, and that is to get rid of borders. And he's talking Europe and everything, but it's this national or this globalism rather, feeling that is kind of sweeping the globe. And really, I have to think that it's only because they're losing control. Those in power, those who have gone so long and have tried to abuse the system and get away with everything, that they're seeing all these signs that, hey, you know what, this isn't working anymore, and they're scared, folks. They are terrified. I don't care how you look at it, how it speaks to you or anything like that. It's absolutely legitimate. They're terrified of losing that grasp of power. And we're talking about the security aspects of a borderless society and everything like that. Well, look no further than the story I just posted there. This one comes to you from ABC News, and this is one that a lot of people aren't talking about, but is a pretty big time deal. Over the weekend, there was a stabbing in Roanoke, Virginia. And it's probably not getting a lot of attention because it wasn't a shooting. Now, if it was a shooting, then the gun violence and the gun grabber mentality would have to come to the forefront, and they'd be all over this thing. But this was a stabbing, so nobody's really talking about it. But we kind of need to, and we kind of need to in a big, big way, because look at the details of it. The FBI has now launched a federal terrorism investigation into the incident, looking at whether the attacker may have been trying to behead his victim in an ISIS-inspired assault. Federal authorities have been aware of the alleged attacker, 20-year-old Wasil Faruqi, of the Roanoke area for some time. So they've been watching this guy. Same thing we hear time and time again, that authorities knew about these people. And in the past year, this scumbag terrorist, Faruqi, he traveled to Turkey and tried to sneak into Syria, where, of course, Daesh is, basing out of and doing all this ridiculous recruiting and everything out of. So the guy was arrested Saturday by Roanoke County Police on charges of assault with malicious wounding. He's being held without bail. And again, it's sort of... Well, it's not funny, but it's pretty telling to me that nobody is really talking about this, especially when you look at the actual details of it, okay? He attacked this guy at an apartment complex in Roanoke, injured a man and a woman, screaming Allahu Akbar as he attacked them with a knife. They say he may have been trying to actually behead the male victim, who they say was actually picked at random. According to Adam Lee, the head of the FBI's Richmond field office, he said the FBI is working with the police department following the incident that occurred Saturday evening. While I cannot discuss the details of the investigation at this time, I do want to reassure the community that we're working to determine the nature of the incident. Folks, in this era we live in this day and age, with everything crazy going on, are we really surprised that this was a possible terror attack? And again, we see the same things occurring over and over again. The Paris attackers, the Brussels attackers, the San Bernardino attackers, all of them. Let's include the Orlando attacker in that as well. All of these were known to authorities. All of them had been, investigated, or at least been on the radar of, be it FBI, be it Interpol, be it whatever, all these different, resources. And yet they still are able to go out and do these horrific attacks. So I got to ask, in this era of let's all love each other and let's bring in all these refugees and blah, 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 where does it even make sense to think that we can bring in all these people and fully vet them and scan them and know exactly who they are and what they're doing when they don't even know what's going on with the people already? Kind of makes you wonder, right? Let me see here. Let's grab another article here on the terrorism front. And I find this one comical as well. And this is another reason why people are just getting so fed up and so tired of the same old same. Okay, this one comes from France. And, of course, France has had, 3 major terror attacks in the last, 18 months. Major attacks. And what are they worried about? They're worried about their tourism. Can you believe that? That's what they're worried about. They've been under a state of emergency. A actual federal state of emergency since the first Paris attack. And check out this article here from Yahoo News. The officials in charge of French tourism are complaining that these terrorist attacks have scared off thousands of tourists from Paris and have robbed about 750 million euros, or $850 million, from the tourism. The head of the Paris region tourist board, Frederic Valloteux, put out a statement saying it's time to realize that the tourism sector is going through an industrial disaster. And it talks about how hotels have gone downhill, and they're cutting all these other things. So what do they want? They want government handouts to fix it. Yeah, they're talking about tax breaks and all kinds of stuff, just to help push it up. Unfreaking believable. This is what they're worried about. They also added that, Foreign Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault said that he was adding 500,000 euros to the 1 million euro budget to promote France as a tourist destination. Well, guess what, folks? Again, I'm not a tourism expert or anything like that, but it's clear to me there's an easy solution to this. Stop the terrorism. Make it impossible for them to carry out these attacks, and now all of a sudden your tourism's going to go up, right? I don't care how much you promote something. How much promotion does the Louvre need? How much promotion does the Eiffel Tower need, the Arc de Triomphe, or any of these other, major worldwide tourist attractions need? People know about them. They know they're there. But they're not going to come. They're not going to attend these things if they think they're going to die when they go there. I mean, does that resonate with people? It's so simple. If you can't keep people safe, of course they're not going to come. Of course they're not going to, spend their hard-earned money on these things. Folks, we have so many big things to worry about. So many major things to worry about. And yet these are the sort of things that they focus on. But they'll sit back and wonder. They'll scratch their heads. They'll shake their fists. Saying, well, we gotta take care of people like Donald Trump who are saying mean things to people. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane to me. So let's go ahead and switch over to some politics stuff. We're going to hit some politics here because obviously the election's going on and there's so much to talk about. And this is going to be this is so telling. If you're still on the fence about who to support in the election, despite everything, despite the scandals, despite the problems, despite everything, if you're still struggling with it, and you still can somehow fool yourself into supporting Hillary Clinton, check out this article I just posted from the AP. This tells you everything you need to know about who Hillary Clinton is and the way she operates. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about power. And of course, we have the Clinton Foundation's under investigation. You have all these major concerns about countries who were lobbying the State Department, made huge donations to the Clinton Foundation. All of a sudden, their business with the State Department went through. The list is a freaking mile long. I'm not even going to get into all that today. And we talked last week. I believe it was Thursday or Friday. We talked about Bill Clinton coming out and trying to stem the bleeding from this this newest scandal, saying that, well, if Hillary is elected, then the foundation is no longer going to accept foreign donations. And like I said last week, if it was okay to do then, why would it somehow be unethical for it to be as president? Well, the answer is there is no difference. It was unethical then, it's unethical now. But check out this article here from the AP, and this tells you exactly how Hillary operated. More than half the people who were outside of the government. All right, so I'm not talking government officials or government employees, anything like that. More than half the people outside of the government who met with Hillary Clinton while she was the Secretary of State donated to the Clinton Foundation. More than half. Check this out. At least 85 of the 154 people from private interests, so I'm talking organizations or businesses, who met or had phone conversations directly with Hillary Clinton, also donated to her charity or pledged commitments to its international programs. They found this out just by reviewing State Department calendars, folks. The 85 donors, okay, these 85 people, again, 85 out of 154 private individuals that Clinton met with while Secretary of State contributed at least $156 million. 40 of them gave more than $100,000 each. 20 of them gave more than $1 million. So let's see, who were some of these ones that she met with? An internationally known economist who asked for her help as the Bangladesh government was trying to make him resign from a bank. A Wall Street executive who was having a visa problem. Estee Lauder executives met with her. I mean, these are business-type people. Very wealthy, very, business-oriented individuals. Follow the money, folks. Always, always, always follow the money. If you can hear all this and look at all these facts and still be comfortable with the idea of Hillary being president, then I don't really know who you are. And again, I try to keep an open mind when I discuss things. I try to look at the big picture. And I'm not sitting here trying to tell you who to vote for, who to support. But what I really want, what I desperately want,